Good day, all, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to be making our batter. I won't call it a beer batter because I don't use beer. I use sparkling water instead. But we're going to make a beer batter, or fish batter, I should call it. We're getting ready to deep fry some fish. I get my fish from Maine. Actually, it's a version of fish that I can't find anywhere except for Maine. It's actually called hake. But anyway, welcome to my YouTube channel, and we're going to come back and show you our ingredients and how we make our batter for that fish. All right. All right, guys. So for our batter, our fish batter that I'll call it, this is our ingredients for it. Like I said, I substitute sparkling water for the beer. You feel free to use beer if you like. I just substitute mine with sparkling water. It works out fine. You've got flour. We've got onion powder, right? We've got salt, pepper, a little garlic powder, baking powder, and some cornstarch. And that's our ingredients that we all make our batter out of. And basically, once you make your batter, all you have to do then, if you want to lightly season your fish, you can. You don't have to, because you're also seasoning your batter. Basically, it's going to be a thick batter. You'll see it once we make it, but it's just a matter of dipping your fish into a flour. You're just a mixture of flour and a little cornstarch to help that batter adhere to your fish. And then you take it out of the little flour mix there and you put it into your batter. From your batter, you go to your oil. And that's the process for that. With that being said, we're going to get started on making this batter. I start out with my dry ingredients and get it mixed together. And then I add my wet or my water to it. So for this right here, for the size I'm doing now, this is the standard, I'll say the standard size. If you make it more, you can double it, or you can, if you want less, just, cut it down in half. But what we're using today is a cup of flour, right? Close this up, get this out of the way. So we've got 3 tablespoons of our cornstarch. And we've got 2 teaspoons of the baking powder. All right. And basically your spices for this size of the batter that we're making, it's basically a teaspoon of each. Like I say, normally I just eyeball it and put in, but today I'm going to do it like this. Try to help out and keep it a little bit easy. So that was a teaspoon of the garlic powder, a teaspoon of the onion powder. Get a teaspoon of salt, which I'm not going to measure out because I've got my salt dispenser here. So I'm just going to kind of Cover this with the salt there. And it's basically a quarter of a teaspoon of black pepper, but I kind of like pepper, really crushed red pepper and cayenne and habaneros, so I'm okay with that. So I'll probably add more than that quarter of a teaspoon to that. All right. So now we've got our dry mixes here. So now let's just give this a stir, get it mixed up right. So get this kind of mixed up like that. We're gonna come back, start off with a cup of water. We'll see what it looks like. I don't know if we may need to add more or not, but like I say, this is a thick batter, so it is gonna be fairly thick compared to my, say for instance, when I'm doing chicken or either pork chops. If you see my video with my chicken, you'll see that batter, it's similar. However, it is a lot thinner. It's almost to the consistency of just water, but it's thicker than water, but it has a very thin consistency to it, where this one, for this fish, you want it thick. So get this mixed up. So you want it thick, but not this thick. So we need to add some more water to this. So that was a cup we started off with. And now we'll slowly add into it until we get the consistency that we're looking for. For a fish batter, this is about the consistency that you want. Like I say, you want that thick, and it works out well when frying fish, but not for when you're battering chicken or pork chops or something like that. But this works out fine for fish. This is about the consistency that you're looking for. You want it thick, and that works out well. That being said, this is our batter. Now it's just a matter of basically, like I say, you get your fish. So dip it off in your batter. I got my deep fryer, and you'll see when I deep fry it, I put my basket into the oil and slowly drop your fish into that, because if you try to lay your fish in the basket, then drop it in the oil, it will stick to the basket. So you want to give it a little time to kind of, I guess, start to cook a little bit and get wet, that flour, this batter to get wet, which will make it not stick to the bottom of your frying basket. But that's it for our batter. So we're good to go with this. Simple, right? You guys be good. Okay, so we're coming to fry our fish that we made that batter for. So we got our fish here that's seasoned, and it's been kind of marinating. Like I said, I put a little light coating of salt and black pepper on it. Okay, so we're going to start out by putting our fish, if I can grab him there. Start with just batter, put it in our flour batter there. said flour batter, our dry flour and cornstarch mix. Shake this around. Get it coated. It is well coated. Drop it into that batter. I'm gonna hold off on that piece there. Try to keep it kind of uniform, the thin pieces from the thick pieces, so they don't, whenever you're frying it, it doesn't over fry. So I try to keep those about the same thickness if I can. Those covered in this batter. And kind of drain a little. I say you don't want to just drop it in the basket because it will stick to the basket. So you just want to kind of let it sit like that. Slowly putting it in. We're going to get these put in there, and then we'll come back and show you our fish after it's finished frying. So I got my fryer set at about 375 with fish, and the cook time on fish is dependent on the thickness of your fish. They'll say 5 to 7 minutes or 3 to 7 minutes, but that all depends on the thickness of it. So you're gonna have to look at it, or basically watch it, and see when it starts to float, and then that's a good indication that that's done. All right.